What's up guys, Chris Kane here with a let's look at the alpha demo of an RPG horror game named Paint. This was created by Salty Bubblegum, or Mimi, who is a very talented artist who has actually volunteered to make a few thumbnails for me, and right now she's put a lot of work into this game. Like I said, it's an RPG Maker horror game. It tells of a girl named Sage who, we'll get into it, but at some point her reality turns into a horrible nightmare. So let's give it a try. Let's check it out. Finally, I've been driving for hours. I hope this is the right place. It's getting pretty dark already. So as you can see already, these sprites, or I don't even know if they're even sprites, but it's all custom made by her, so really cool. I'll just take my backpack. Alright, let's check out that sign. Where the hell are we? First paper says, a beautiful cabin in the mountains. Amazing view towards the lake Blue Well and mountains. Only 2 miles from the town. On top of the advertisement there is a word sold written in big red letters. Second paper says, Sage! That's my name. Your house is nearby. Just follow the path through the forest. I did some cleaning and hid the spare key under a wood pile in the backyard. When you're done settling in, call me and let me know what you think. I know you're gonna love it. Tommy. Tommy is too nice to me, even though I bought a house where his mom died a few weeks ago. But he's always been a good friend. Alright, man, she can run like a bat out of hell, but that's fine. I'm interested in the story. So yeah, not sure. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of explaining, but can't wait to get into the story. Is this a bridge? I had no idea it was in such bad shape. Well, if Tommy can make it through, I can too. I'm sure this bridge will still be here when we really need it, and not fall apart. No, Tommy told me about multiple roads. Told me nothing about multiple roads. At least there's a signpost. It should tell me where to go. But still, this is just dumb. I love the expressions that change. I've been traveling for a whole day. I need to get some sleep. This backpack is heavy, and I'm really hungry. Great, Sage. Here you are, complaining again. Didn't you move here to become more relaxed? Get your shit together. Let's take a look at the signpost. Your expression changed each time. It's probably my property. That's my house. What if we go over here, though? Wait, hold on. Can we see? We can save. Yeah, really good artwork so far. Oh, okay, never mind. We can't explore. That's fine. Can't stumble upon a bad end yet. Not yet. A pile of wood, right? Spare keys. Wow, this does not look bad. Sure, it's not top-notch condition, but it's a lot more than I expected. Now let's find that spare key. That's barrels. That's not a pile of wood. There's the pile of wood. This pile of wood? Here it is. Let's go in. I really need some rest. Alright then. I'm sure that well's not going to be a scary thing. My stuff's still in boxes. Just a stupid jacket. See, when I moved recently, I found a lot of shit that I just would never use ever again. What? That's your phone's ringtone. Hi, Sage. How's it going? Are you inside? Tommy, yeah, I am. You brought so much stuff. You shouldn't have. It's almost weird. Ouch. But yeah, I was hoping if I bought food and stuff, you would feel at home sooner. It's a good friend. She's rushing us into this place. Thank you. At least I don't have to go shopping anytime soon. She's a really nice friend. So we're going to meet tomorrow? In the town? Okay, why not? I don't have anything better to do. When? At noon, next to the well. You can't miss it. Alright, see you then. Okay, that's done. I'll just have to eat something and head to bed. That was a long... Oh, okay. In some RPG Maker games, they make a specific noise through all that. So this is the kitchen. Okay. Food, finally. I'll just make something easy. Oh, those are cheeks. I thought the cheeks were eyes. That's my bad. That's always good. That's great. So she wants to head to bed. Yeah, so far everything seems to be okay. Like, even when I checked out Ill Harmony, which looks like to be a really good RPG game, you know, it did have some flaws with the alpha demo, but I still was impressed by it, even though there were some little glitches here and there, and some parts that weren't explained thoroughly, but that's fine. Strange room, but nothing. Okay. Very straightforward. It's a book here. So yeah, the sprite's really small, but that, you know, it's alright. Like, in relation to all the other things, she looks really small, but maybe she's really young. What time is it? Oh, I slept a lot. Time to get going, I guess. So we're supposed to meet next to the well. I feel like I'm going to miss some, like, secret stuff. Alright. Meet by the well or go to town? Does this house have running water? Well, there's water. Alright, I guess we just go to the town and we meet at the well. Oh, sign, tell me. Town's that way. Wait, there are two branching pathways. Huh. Which way is... You can't go that way. That'll probably come into play later in the game. Okay, yeah, she has a custom sprite, but you also have the other people. That's fine. Expensive. Because, like, there's a huge sprite. Big-headed guy over there compared to us. But yeah, it takes a lot of work. Hey! There's the well. Oh, hi, Sage. So, do you like your new home? Yeah, I do. I was expecting something more, you know. Old and broken. So it was a nice surprise. Nice to hear. What about the town? Do you like it here? I just got here. Sure ask a lot of questions. Since when has speaking with you been so awkward? Well, it's been a couple years since we last spoke face to face. I think we're going to be fine. I guess they're internet buddies. Haven't seen each other. So how about we head to my place and I'll make some tea. Sounds nice. You can explore the town later. It's not so big after all. And he joins the party. Okay, I should get used to that. I wonder what, there's littering. She's selling books. Probably not much going on. Alright. Oh, good old pub. Can we go in the pub? No, we can't go. Alright. But yeah, it's a very old-fashioned town, which I actually do like. I'm a big fan... Oh, no, that's not it. I'm a big fan of, like, Dragon Quest more than Final Fantasy, I figured out a while ago. You know, with Dragon Quest Heroes coming out and all this stuff, and I'm like, why do I like Dragon Quest but not Final Fantasy? It's because I like the old-timey stuff. So there's a lot of boxes here. I just went right to bed. It's fine, believe me, I've seen this cottage a way worse condition. Of course, so tea? It was great. So I guess it's time to tell you the story behind this place. It's too easy if you can sleep right away. Is it a horror story? Yeah, my father told it to me. I don't know where he heard it from. Alright, go ahead. So yeah, the mom died here weeks ago? Okay, go ahead, but if I'm gonna get spooked, I can't sleep. It's gonna be your fault. You're never scared of anything, Sage. Well, we'll see. Not usually, but I have to admit that this place is a little creepy. A cabin in the woods, and I'm living here all by myself? Alright, so he tells it anyway. Before my parents moved into this house, it was a summer rental. Being on the outskirts of a small town, it wasn't very popular. During the summer of 1992, an art student rented the cottage for a week of relaxation. However, after a week had passed, the student had not returned the key. In fact, nobody has seen him since he arrived. The owners asked the police to check on the student. When the police arrived at the cottage, they found it in horrible condition. The student's brushes and ripped canvases littered the cottage. Paint was strewn on the walls and floor. The police searched for the student, but he could not be found. Huh. Assuming he had left without to avoid paying for the damage, the cottage was secured for the off-season. Weeks later, screams were heard behind the cottage. A local librarian found a neighbor in the garden behind the cottage screaming, "No more!" His eyes were wild, the eyes of a madman. With a large shovel, he beat the old garden well, destroying the stone casement and leaving a black hole in the ground. Holding both sides of his head, the neighbor screamed, "No more," one last time, and threw himself headlong into the open pit. The neighbor's corpse was recovered and buried. The cause of death was determined to be a suicide, even though the art student was never discovered. It is said, if you go to the well at midnight, he will call you to join him at the bottom of the well. The end. It's not that scary, it's just a coincidence. The student ran away and the neighbor had a mental disorder. Nothing paranormal about that. Yeah, you hope so. But yeah, it's just an urban legend I heard. I mean, the midnight well thing, the student actually disappeared. And the neighbor? There's not actually a police report on him. He had no relatives, so it was mostly just rumors. Your horse... her face. Her horror story is a lot less scary with all the plot holes. Well, at least I tried. I have to go now. My work shift begins in half an hour. Call me if you need anything. Alright, I'll see you soon. After that great story, I'm sure... Goodbye. I'm sure we won't get curious. Some good tea. There we go. That's how you're supposed to say. That was actually really well done. Nah, this is my imagination. It's just not used to this. I'm just not used to this place yet. But I'm sure I saw something. Alright, get yourself together. Your imagination is acting up again. Let's watch some TV. Yeah, that's a good idea. Where's the TV even? See, that's the one thing you gotta watch out when you buy a place, is you need to look up the history. Like, I agree with that, because you just never know. Okay, I guess that's not the TV in question. Or is that a computer? Okay, yeah, I think I skipped... okay, anyway. This is what I was supposed to do. Okay, end of the demo. Okay, like I said, that was an alpha demo, so that was to be expected. That, I was not supposed to... You know, that doesn't surprise me. So, anyway, very, I have high hopes for this game. She obviously put a lot of work in, and that's what I like about these RPG Maker games, is that a lot of people put in work into it, whether it be the details of the characters and the expressions, or, you know, the spooky things that happen and all that kind of stuff. So, very, very intriguing. So, I look forward to speaking with her more about this game, and like I said, feel free to follow her on Game Jolt. The link's in the description to follow this game and give your input and support and all that other stuff. So other than that, I hope you guys are having a great day. And is there anything beyond this? Probably not. Okay. You know, the story kind of reminds me of Layers of Fear a little bit too, which that was an interesting story. So this is not very cliched so far. So other than that, I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you like this little look at. And feel free to support the game and talk with the creator about it. Alright guys, I hope you guys have a good night, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.